This episode may contain sensitive topics. Discretion is advised.
I'm not out here like Tinder scrolling and just fucking shooting a shotgun into a barrel of fish. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Hello, and welcome to the Lusty Lounge. One of our hosts will be with you in a moment.
Thank you, Desiree, for the intro. Hi, welcome back to an all-new episode of the Lusty Lounge podcast. Sit back, relax, and allow us to indulge you in some degenerate-type bullshit. I'm your main host today, OP Suna, because Noodle is off doing girl shit. Not even girl boss shit. Only Minka can do girl boss shit. Puce is here.
I am here.
Because, he legally has to be here unless I tell him to go home or give him a break.
I'm just here for Desiree's boobs.
I mean, you're married. I'm here for Desiree's boobs. You can't have Desiree's boobs.
You can look. You can look. I can look.
You can look.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want with them. You can look.
Yeah, I didn't say I was doing anything else. I can look all I want.
You chose to be married. Kinda.
I did. Because I was the one who proposed.
We'll talk about that. We might talk about that later, actually. Because it falls in line with our topic. We have two special guests this time. A family friend and his friend. So friends, would you like to introduce yourselves?
What's up? My name's Carlos.
Hello, Janea.
I haven't met a Janea in a long time.
You know others?
Honestly, same.
The last one I met was in high school.
Okay.
That was 12 years ago.
I was gonna say it wasn't that long ago, was it?
That was 12 years ago.
Shut the fuck up. You're making me feel old.
I'm starting to
it's
get
too late.
there.
We're old. I don't know how
I'm not
old
old,
you are,
motherfucker.
but
I'm seasoned. I'm veteran, motherfucker. I've matured.
Oh, I was going to make
All
a really
right.
racist joke. That would have been bad.
Whoa.
Do it.
No.
Like
Not here.
Do it.
We're not doing it now.
You have
no.
permission. You
We'll
just
do
can't
that
say the
later.
word.
We'll do that
Do
later.
I wasn't going to say the word. I was just going to say, oh, so you're one of those salty black guys.
Oh, a nap?
No, he's toxic.
Dusty.
Never mind. I
The
can't even
dusty
make that
black
joke.
guys.
I'm not gonna make that joke. I'll do that off recording. No.
No, it's all right. He's a sour cream citizen. It's all right. Don't feel it.
A sour cream citizen?
Sour.
What does that mean?
That's crazy.
You're white.
we
It
all
means
know.
you're white.
Oh, I'm right,
We're
yes.
all
You're
aware.
cauliflower cretin.
Cauliflower cream.
Hey, technically I'm 1% or 2%. I can't remember.
Wow.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough.
So, we are here to talk about relationships. Kind of, sort of, not really. More so polygamy and the other one.
Polyamory.
Polyamory.
That one, thank you.
Yeah.
Because, Carlos, you are in a poly thing.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. Current poly relationship where I have two girlfriends.
So, we're going to talk about that because Facebook was like, hey, poly people exist. And I'm like, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this on my timeline?
I mean, it might have been some stuff that I shared. I shared across my timeline all the time.
I don't see you post anything on Facebook ever.
Which is
What?
crazy.
Wow,
You
what?
defriended me?
Oh, yeah.
You
'cause
unfollowed
Wow.
me? You bitch.
That's
the way
rude.
this man posts, that would be
If I
crazy.
unfriended you, we wouldn't be able to talk on Messenger, ?
Yes, you could. That's not how that works.
I
Uh-huh.
am going to disagree. I know what I did. Never mind. I know what I did.
Yo, you snoozed me? You still a bitch.
I'll take that. I'll accept that.
Motherfucker, try
You share too much.
Well, get over it. I'm a meme lord.
How you gonna be a meme lord if you out here working on cars?
I can do both. The fuck?
Oh, what's that like? What's that like?
I don't know. It's hard. Life is hard.
Life is hard. That's why you're poly, because you can't have all your happiness from one person. Yep,
Not
that's what
necessarily.
Facebook told me.
No.
No.
It's not.
This means you're open to multiple loves. I guess everyone does it differently, though.
I was just about to say, perfect
Yes.
segue into the first question.
But for me, being open to allow other things to happen if they so choose to happen, Me and my husband, we like to add people here and there and, see what happens.
All right, I guess we'll start there. How the fuck do you figure out Let's add people. You're not enough. I still love you, but you're not enough.
It's not about that. It's not
opposite.
about that person being enough or not. It's more about being open to other possibilities and other people in your life instead of closing it off so that, say, you can't experience new things or new people. For us, it's more about being open to new experiences and not having, a stopgate for things. It's not about that person that you're with not being enough. They're more than enough, but life is short. And if you can have more love and abundance of it, why not? And then for me, I am bisexual, and he gives me the opportunity to be with both. And hello, if I can have that, that will make me very happy.
Right.
So I think I get the best of both
They're pretty
worlds. Y'all
good.
know that Hannah Montana song, and that makes me very happy.
I do, because we're all old.
No, he didn't bring it back to old.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm not fighting you.
No. I mean, for my case, it's not even so much like I'm one person's not enough. I think it's more of just I personally can feel the same connection with multiple people and not have it be detrimented by another person being there, if that makes sense. Like I can have and express the same love through 2, 3, 4 different partners if need be, and none of them feel like, oh well, you care about her more than me, or you do this and that for her but not for me, or I only spend this much time with you but you spend all this time with her. Like I have, at least for me personally, I can find the balance to express myself through multiple people if like the situation arises of where I have that connection with multiple people at once.
So how do you figure out you have that connection with multiple people? Like how? So for me personally, because I'm still sad and lonely until Noodle realizes that damn, he's my best option. Because I can talk all the shit I want because she's not here.
As Noodle would
so
say,
yeah,
eat a dick.
You are not her stand-in.
Oh, wow.
I'm autistic. I'm her stand-in.
You're a different type of autistic.
Fair.
We've been over this. You can't taste when they change the soup recipe.
True. Sadly, I'm not that autistic.
What do you mean, sadly?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Look, man, autism is a superpower, all right?
It's a spectrum.
People do not realize that should be a real ass superpower sometimes.
It's not when Suna has to deal with 2 of us.
Okay, Puce I can handle because he's dealt with me for
10 years.
11 years. 2014.
Okay.
Carlos, I see you so sporadically, it doesn't really count. Janea, I met you today. I'm so sorry you gotta put up with me. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm having a good time.
For now. So yes, how do you figure out that, yeah, I'm gonna put myself in this situation to see if I can feel blank?
I wouldn't so much say put myself in the situation, because I won't lie and say that I don't talk to multiple people at once. I'm not out here like Tinder scrolling and just fucking shooting a shotgun into a barrel of fish. Like, no, I'm not doing that. But
You're not the Rizzler, though.
I am the Rizzler.
He is though. I've seen him do it.
I am the Rizzler, but I'm not the Rizzler. Like I have the power, but I understand great power comes great responsibility. So no, I'm not just out here just put the 12 gauge to the bucket. No.
Can you give Suna some of that?
Please.
I tried. You just didn't.
No, you didn't.
You didn't take it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I
don't.
did.
You can't lie to the people on air. It wasn't on air. We're never gonna do a live recording. You can't lie to the people.
Look, it'll be fine. It'll be all right. But no, I just like if I find myself talking to one person, but then I kind of get interested in another person, I will talk to them individually, and then kind of like the situation that I'm in now of where if it gets down to, hey, I've talked to you just like almost exclusively you long enough, I brought it to them and was like, hey, this is kind of how this has been going for a while. Like, if you're okay with this, we can move forward with it. But if not, like, you're going to have to give me some time in order to choose whichever way of of how we'll go about this relationship. If you want to proceed with anything romantic, or if you just want to stay friends.
So you just do that with multiple people?
Yeah, it's just not so much like I said, not just like throwing out the cast, but like you at least got past the vibe check. Like if you ain't passing like whatever initial attraction, whether it be personality, physical, like mental, skill, ability, like whichever way that got me attracted to you to get to want to know you more. If that's not there, I mean, I just don't care for you. You can get on about the way.
That explains our friendship so well.
Yes, sir.
He was trying to raise you the whole time, Suna. You just didn't notice.
No, he would.
So I don't know if you got anything.
No, I was going to say no because Ashley got in the way of both situations. So no, he didn't.
For me and my husband, it's more of, if we're, say, out at a club or out at a party or, having fun, we're open to other people having fun with us. So, like, say if a girl come up and want to, start dancing with us or, being friendly, we're down to be friendly, It's just down to let things happen naturally and see where it goes, see where it leads. And, that could become a friendship and then turn into more over time. It's just not being afraid to let things grow and keeping things open,
All right. So what's the difference between swingers and poly?
I think swingers is a form of polyamory. I don't think it's...
Yeah, because...
And is an open relationship the same thing as either of those two?
As poly, no. An open relationship is not the same thing. Because you could be poly and in an open relationship.
Yeah.
Swingers probably are a little bit closer, but also not the same thing. In my opinion, for the way that I see it, for the way that I view how swingers are,
yeah,
I wouldn't say that swingers and an open relationship are the same because it's not like they're actively going out and doing it alone. There are cases of where they will go out together and then split their ways.
Okay. That was infinitely simple of an answer than I expected. Not gonna lie.
I have another thing to ask to compare it to poly.
Go for it.
Is a cuckold the same thing or in the same bubble?
A couple?
Cuckold? No.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why would you bring NTR into this house?
I had to ask.
I know.
I think that's actually almost the opposite in a way
Of what?
of just a relationship in general.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
Like
we're talking
this is
about...
like I would think of it the way that I see it. Again, the way that I see it is that this is my property, but I can't touch it. Everybody else can touch it, but I can't touch it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get that.
It does, and I don't like that answer.
Look, you mad that I'm giving you intelligent answers?
No,
asked
you
me
gave
here.
So
me
you're saying
you
for
gave
you,
me a very
polyamory-
good answer. I just don't like it. I accept it. I just don't like it.
It's more of
The
relationships
analogy was too good.
versus
Partnerships almost.
relationships, partnerships versus quick things like
They can be quick things. You can have quick short relationships. There's no relationships.
would a one night stand be considered? Because what if it develops into
They're
more?
supposed to have the questions.
Oh yeah,
not
yeah,
you.
yeah. Okay.
No,
Okay.
she can ask questions. We are all here to learn.
Because I would put
I'm
polyamory,
sure-
I would put swingers in the umbrella of polyamory. Only because polyamory is multiple loves, and if you're allowing your partners to have multiple loves and multiple experiences, then y'all two going out together and or separately having other, romantic relationships or physical relationships, I feel like that's included. But, we can differ.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not under the umbrella.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for the typical actions of how people stereotypically see swingers.
Uh-oh.
They would not stereotypically put them under the same umbrella as poly.
Okay, I got you.
People that are more I wouldn't say in the industries. No, not the industries. People more in those communities and under those umbrellas
There you go.
might might say a little bit different, like no, they're closer, but like people outside
Yeah.
will always see a little bit more different between them.
Yeah, I understand.
Next.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 15 minutes. Puce, I'm sorry. I have to bring up anime.
Of course. Oh, you're gonna bring up 100 girlfriends. God damn it.
I sure as fuck am. I told you I was.
It's not even anime at this point. It's just bring up 100 girlfriends somehow.
What are you talking about? I've only brought it up once.
No, I'm pretty sure in the last couple episodes you brought up 100 girlfriends.
I have not brought up 100. Nigga, we've done that in personal talks, not episodes.
I can't remember
life
what's
is
been
blooming
recorded and
together.
what hasn't been recorded at this point.
You can literally go look at what's been recorded. It's there.
Yeah, but what if you cut it?
I wouldn't cut anime talk, because it's the only time I can talk about anime with you, because you're just like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Look here, you degenerate piece of fuck. What
Exactly.
is it?
Okay.
What is it?
So, 100 girlfriend. Very, very long story short. Dude struck out 100 times between ages of 3 and 17, 16. One of those.
Wait, huh?
What do you mean, huh?
Did you say ages?
Yeah, say that one more time.
Ages. The main protagonist struck out. He axed out 100 girls in between the ages of 3 to 17.
And how old is he?
When he was 3, he was asking out girls.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to figure out how the fuck he was speaking at 3, because that wasn't me.
You weren't speaking at 3? You were not
I've met
verbal?
some
think
pretty
so.
smart 3-year-olds.
Non-verbal gang. But
My daughter.
he went to the shrine of love to go, God, what the fuck was going on? And in the midst of this, God was watching legally distinct castle in the sky, and wrote 100 instead of writing 1 for his soulmate. And he's like, hey man, you're gonna have to have 100 soulmates or you're gonna die. He's like, oh,
And they will too.
I'm okay with that. And then the next day he gets 2 girlfriends, and then the day after that he gets none, and then he gets another one, and then another one, and it just kind of snowballs from there. But they're all in a relationship with him. I don't know if they're in a relationship with each other, because the show will not call it poly, they call it a family. And I'm like, headache. Fine, Japan.
Yeah.
My question is, for a poly relationship, is it one person? Can one person be the center, or does everyone have to like each other?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like that.
Because in the anime, his first girlfriend and his 6th girlfriend are mother and daughter. And I went,
Now wait a
I'm
minute.
not okay
please.
with this in my mainstream
Okay.
anime. In my hentai, don't care.
Okay.
So you can start. Go ahead.
Okay.
But because of what the show is, I'm like, this is fine.
Yeah, because it's anime, so they're gonna do whatever they want to do. But as far as
Sure are.
couples in society, I would say that there's so many different ways to do poly that you wouldn't even believe it. Like you can see a web tree of how many different ways you can do it, and it can be a lot to see. To answer your question, if you have one person, they can have multiple different partners that do not interact with each other, and they could be like, I guess the simplest definition of it would be if they have there's a V relationship. There's something called a V, where one person is the center, and they have 2, partners, but they don't connect.
Yes.
Those 2 partners don't interact with each other, so it's not a triangle. And that would be a V. I think that's what might be what you have.
Yeah, that literally is what I have. They're friends. They're cool.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything together.
Yeah.
Like they only interact with me.
And then, say for me and my husband, we're looking for a girl for both of us, or that can be with both of us. That's what we would prefer. So that would be a triangle, So there's so many different ways that you can do it. It's kind of cool.
And even off my V, I've told both of them that if there's somebody you happen to talk to, get good conversation with, and you want to go and you also want to be with them, I don't have an issue with them getting another partner if there's something where I'm starting to lack on either attention, physical intimacy, or whichever, and they want to go get a different partner, but they also want to still stay with me. I don't have an issue with that either. And I don't have, if by their choice, if they do decide to go do it, I can either interact with them or I don't. because I'm pan, so I don't care guy, girl, trans, non-binary, whichever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so many different ways to do it. Like we could have a closed triad, or it could be open to where we wanted to, allow other people in, or like the girl that me and my husband are currently talking to, she has a girlfriend, and if she wanted to have any other people with her, that'd be cool. Or if I wanted to have another partner, that would be cool too. It's just it really matters how the people in the relationship want to define it, and what would be good for everybody. It's really a lot of communication, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a lot of communication.
I think people that's one thing people a lot of the time underestimate, is that it's not just like, oh, you get the fuck all the time, oh, you get this, you get that, and it's like, no, like it's still some work. Like,
oh,
you have
so
to be
much
able
inner
to,
self work.
like, not just self, like just external too.
Yeah.
Like, you have to make sure that you are still communicating. Like, okay, well, I had a bad day with this partner, and I'm going to go see this partner, or I'm spending time with this partner, but this partner's feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to have the open communication through all of that to kind of get the work and make sure that nobody feels either down, left out, or however such.
Yeah. Especially with that new relationship energy, that stuff, that's like a drug. Yeah.
Okay. So how do, I guess this is a broad question, but we'll talk about how you two handle it. How do you handle jealousy?
I think that comes back to the inner work. Like, you really have to, for me, I had to learn or figure out where it came from, where it stemmed from. Because some people, have, compersion, or like they feel, is that the right way to say it?
I don't know for which word you're thinking about.
Well,
I was thinking like maybe like commitment issues, abandonment issues.
Oh, no. Like the word, it's like when you feel happy when your partner is with another person. It's like the opposite of jealousy, honestly. And so, some people feel that and they feel it naturally. But sometimes you have to learn to develop that feeling and be able to, when you have jealousy or envy, because it's natural, it's in every relationship. It can be mono or poly. You as a person have to do the inner work to figure out where it's coming from, and be able to have that communication, like I said, to be able to talk to your partner like, hey, I felt some type of way when you did this, or when this happened, can we talk through this? Is there something that maybe me and you could do to work on it? Or is this something that, I need to work on and come back to? And it's just a lot of being able to communicate your feelings and not acting on negative feelings, versus feeling them and then learning how to deal with them. It's really eye-opening what you learn in this community.
Yeah, you have to kind of like learn to accept your own fuck ups, like accept your own feelings, your own like, damn, I actually didn't handle that right.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I learned from my last relationship. I was like, maybe I did go about this wrong. Maybe I did kind of like didn't treat this with the right energy that it should have been, or didn't handle it as delicate as I should have. Well, I learned from it, moved forward from it. It's something that I had to work on. I've worked on it, and I feel like I'm doing better. They live together, so I hope.
Yeah, sounds good.
I hope it's doing better. They seem friendly. So, I mean, and jealousy was something that was kind of big because of I had a terrible time management. I had terrible communication. So it was always like, oh, well, you're spending all this time with her, or oh, you see her, all this, or oh, she goes here with you, but I only do this. Like, it was a lot of mistakes that I made.
Yeah.
I mean, in order to keep everybody happy,
yeah,
you gotta work on it. Gotta get stuff together.
Yeah. And I think with a lot of people, people have to learn what they need from the relationship. Like, you may not need the same thing that one of the other partners needs, and you have to figure out and learn what you need to be happy and be able to get that, while additionally letting everyone else get the things that they need in the relationship. I think, like, say if you need, I don't know, 30 minutes of uninterrupted cuddle time or whatever, you have to be able to.
Yeah, because everybody has a different love language.
Yeah,
like,
but somebody else may need something else, you know? And you just gotta, it's like a puzzle. You gotta be able to put the puzzle
Oh,
together
shit.
so that it fits for everybody, because everybody doesn't need the same thing, and people have to learn that themselves. Just because they see somebody doing something with their partner doesn't mean that they even want that. They may just want it because they see it happening, but that might not even be something that they
actually want.
Yes, so they have to figure out what they really want and then make sure that they get those things out of their relationship.
Okay. So don't be insecure and know how to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, essentially, don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to say like, hey, I feel this type of way about this, or hey, is there anything that I'm lacking on that I can do better for you? Just like any relationship.
It's been a while, so can't relate.
Fucking
Right?
pussy.
What do you mean? Well, I am kind of scared of the new lady, but that's because she's a little older than me. But that's kind of hot, so
Well, we can work on that later.
We sure can. I'm gonna see her in 2 weeks off, not at work. What the fuck is a unicorn?
Oh, you don't know that term?
I'm pretending to be the audience.
Unicorn. Actually, I'm gonna let you do this because I feel like you get this a lot more.
Goodness.
I only feel like you get
People
this
don't
a lot
really
more.
ask.
I don't have.
But yeah, okay. So a unicorn is basically a woman who is looking
Could it
for
be a guy?
a couple, which
Yeah,
would be
could
like
could it be a guy?
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just
But
an outside person.
Yeah, an outside person looking for. Oh, did I say woman? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A person looking for a couple. So partners. They're not looking for individuals. They're looking for a pair. Yeah, that's already connected. And then on the other side, a couple may be looking for one person for both of them, and that would be the unicorn. And they're called a unicorn because it's rare and it's hard to find such a person that would be down for that situation.
Okay.
Because poly in itself is already kind of rare-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you're looking for somebody who's specifically looking for a poly relationship, that's even more rare. Like you just kind of stack on top of it. That's why it's like a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a special occasion, a special moment.
I was gonna say that must be difficult to walk up to somebody in the bar and be like, "Hey, and also my husband."
I mean, it depends on where you at.
Yeah, that's how it happens. Shoot. And like you said, if you're in that type of environment where people already understand, they already know what it is, then
Right, you can cut out half the tension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't go to bars.
Because you don't drink. Well, no, let me not lie and say you don't drink. You do drink.
Say
You
it
so-
live.
You don't socially. You don't socially drink.
That's also not true. I drink at conventions. Also, fuck you. I went to the bar with my stepdad yesterday because he's like, we have not had real conversation since I married your mom. And I'm like, well, yeah, because all you do is sports and I don't do that. That and his actual kids been like, I don't have a hand gesture. What's a good, like, with his girlfriend. So he doesn't really know what a dad is anymore. So I'm the replacement son.
Tough life.
It's not that bad. He paid for the drink, so I wouldn't complain.
Oh, big bet. Fucking bad win.
Mm-hmm.
What is the purpose of unicorn? Why a unicorn? Why not just go get another set of people?
I mean, they still do, but it's just because I haven't had one nor have looked for one. I can't say of why people would want a unicorn. I mean, I've been a unicorn, but I wouldn't say why people would want one. Because even the relationship that I was one for, like, it was for like a month, and then they moved. So I was like, I'm not moving with y'all. Good luck. Like, good luck. It was fun.
And that was when your
What do
one
you
was ripped
mean?
off.
Huh?
What do you mean? That could have been free room and board.
No, it was not. We were absolutely living separate. They were a married couple. I was truly in my bachelor years, and I was not about to do it. Ain't no way, fam. If I didn't leave and go to Vegas for a star opportunity, I was not gonna leave just to go live in somebody's house.
So when I wrote the question, I didn't know that couples actually do seek out unicorns.
I would have been
So
somebody's unicorn.
I had written it thinking that just people solo think they are the unicorn.
Some people identify as unicorns. Yeah, they'll put it on their profile.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for a couple.
I thought unicorn was like the slur of the poly community.
Oh.
It's
No, I
not
don't
so much
think
of a
it's a
slur. It's not like a real negative thing to be a unicorn. Like,
I think people can put negativity for people that are looking for a unicorn.
Yeah.
Because they might view
Wait.
that negatively.
Right.
Wait, hold on.
Like again,
Hold
more
on.
outside
Pews?
looking in
What?
type stuff.
Yeah, even in the community.
Hughes, are you racist? Are you secretly racist?
I thought we already just determined this. I am racist.
No, you're just stupid.
You call
Actually,
me
he's
racist all the
both.
time,
Yeah,
so I
let's
just
go
assumed.
together.
I was just saying he's a little bit of both.
When Pews wrote these questions, he didn't know about Carlos's life situation. So
Which makes it even better.
how does life work as a poly relationship when you have child and or children?
So for my case, because I'm not with my partner.
Didn't know that.
I get me and her are not together. I am in a separate relationship with 2 other women. Do I have any type of relationship with her? I mean, yes, we're friends. Like, we co-parent. We obviously work out whichever for like, hey, can you watch our daughter for the weekend, or can she come stay the night if I'm not here? At first, she wasn't completely like okay with it. She wasn't down for it because me and her were in a poly relationship before she ended up pregnant. But
Getting the lore.
I just like slight lore. Like after she got pregnant and everything, we decided that the relationship wasn't working out at the time. So it was just no, whichever, break up, clean terms, obviously still talk with our daughter. I guess essentially through our daughter, quote unquote. But yeah, if it's a case of where like I'm not home and she needs to drop her off at the house, she's now comfortable with either of them watching her for like the hour or so that it might take me to get home. And then if I have to take her back to her house, I'm now home. I can now do whichever work. She's expressed like different things of where like, hey, like if they do this, like I want to see this, whichever, whatnot, just for like safety issues or like, because my daughter has allergies. They're like, hey, they've got to know about these allergies. They've got to know like what to do in these situations. That's just a thing that my partners have to kind of accept and deal with. Like, I'm not an ass to her. If I was an ass to her, it'd be different. Because then I wouldn't have to interact with her at all. And it would just be the relationship between us. But they also understand that I'm going to have my daughter. I'm going to have my kid. So my kid's important.
Is your kid old enough to understand like what's going on?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay.
She's still toddler. So, I mean.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah, and then for me and my husband, when I got pregnant, we had a girlfriend, a long-term girlfriend. So, she was my son's godmother. And then as far as, once he was old enough to know what was going on, we wasn't going to hide it from him or keep it a secret. As he got older, he would learn more of what's really happening in the household. As right now he's only 2, so there's only so much he knows as far as what's going on. But he would just, I'm sure, start to ask questions, and then we would answer them honestly. Like, I'm not down for hiding anything from children. Children are smart, and they're gonna pick up things and learn things anyway. They're gonna come home from school and be like, I told Billy that I had 2 moms, and he said, "What? That was weird." And and then you got to talk about it. So it's just about keeping, again, communication. And then just adding the children as far as keeping open lines of communication. For us, he's gonna know what's going on, as far as he can understand. So at like 5 years old, he's gonna know I'm his mom and this is godmom. As he gets older, maybe at teen level, then he'll know that me his dad and our girlfriend are in a relationship, you know? But that's gonna, as he gets older, he'll learn those things and we'll tell him what's going on. But, you know, I don't think there's anything. Kids aren't stupid. You know, I think that they're fine with knowing what's going on. Otherwise, they're going to learn some other way. We don't tell them. They're going to learn from Billy on the playground, and I'd rather he hear it from me than him.
Rather just hear it straight from the source, straight
Yeah.
from home.
Okay, that was super fucking insightful.
This was one of those I'm asking as an audience member because I figured that was the answer. Or I hoped it was, at least.
Okay.
So what's like the limit of people a relationship can handle, I guess?
Will you have 100 girlfriends one day?
I will not have 100
Yes, that's the
girlfriends.
real question.
I will not have 100 girlfriends. I may go through my lifetime and have 100 girlfriends if whatever doesn't work out. But like personally, I think at best I could probably only juggle four total partners.
That's so many people.
You know what? You say that and then like
That's a loaded question.
it sounds hard, but it's not as hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm always texting, I'm always doing something anyway. I have such a broad just hobbies, entertainment, fascinations. Just I've got such a broad spectrum. I could keep myself and others entertained almost through whatever. So I don't feel like at a certain point I would lack in anything. The only thing that would be hurting is my pockets. My wallet's going screaming at me. But outside of that, I don't think I think probably 4 would be my limit.
Let's see. So for me, I think it depends on that was a loaded question because I think it depends on who your partners are and how y'all do polyamory. Because like, say you live with all your partners, you're gonna only be able to have so many in that regard, you know. But if you have, you know, one partner you live with, another partner who's long distance, and you know, every few months you go and hang out with them, and then one partner who's asexual, and so they don't need necessarily as much as your other partners need as far as sexually, and so, you know, you can see them on such and such basis, and they get more enjoyment of like talking on the phone or something as far as a connection, you know, with the different people that there's so many different people in the world, you can have so many different arrangements. It could also be a difference between like tabletop polyamory, which is when all partners like know each other and like they may be friends, like in your situation, you know, and they're cool with knowing who the other partners is. But then there's other situations in which partners don't want to know who the other partner is. You know, they're cool with you being with, you know, and having multiple people, but they don't necessarily want to know her name and where she goes to work and this, that, and the other thing. So with that in mind, you can have so many different situations on how to do it that it's a loaded question. And then for me personally, I would say maybe 3 to 4 I think I could handle, but it's different
In a fight,
for everybody.
right?
Yeah, 100 people versus one gorilla.
No.
100 people
going to
is
stab you.
ridiculous. Like, how does it make any sense?
That gorilla about to clap everybody.
Exactly. This whole argument is so dumb.
Like, I don't think y'all understand how strong a gorilla is, bro. He about to he won through one punch, knocked 5 dudes out.
Yeah. Y'all can jump on him all you want. He's going to kill every one of you. I don't.
So, Janea,
Yeah.
are you a degenerate anime fan as well?
I am an anime fan. Yes. Yes. I love that.
Degenerate.
I don't know about the
anime fan.
degenerate.
You are degenerate.
I don't know.
I ask because convention season's about to. No, convention season will be started by the time this comes out. Are conventions truly a test of like the normal people monogamous relationships, or do like poly people just kind of thrive in conventions?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Ooh.
Because I got asked a question last week and I don't know how to answer it.
That was spice, dude. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I think you can thrive, definitely, because you have a whole bunch of people who you know share your same interests, and you can really have a good time.
I'm gonna call it out, and you can bleep it out if you want to. But Colossal is absolutely like,
Bro.
I believe #1. Like Colossal, Dragon, fuck, what's the one?
Yeah, everybody walking around in bathing suits.
Right. You said which one?
Swim up bars.
Yeah, Asen was huge when they were going big. Like
I love Colossus.
like it's absolutely like I wouldn't say a breeding ground, but it's like a healthy.
I would.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say a breeding ground because a
was-
breeding ground.
Not
makes
okay.
it,
Not in recent years, but like 5-6 years ago. Oh, absolutely.
No, because a breeding ground still makes it sound like it's people.
Bad.
People are solely going there to do it.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't say
you just
people,
have opportunity.
Yeah, it's just the opportunity is so vast.
I've been invited to so many threesomes, foursomes at conventions. It's just crazy, and I'm not looking for it or asking for it. They just offering it to me, and it is that's pretty cool situation and place to be at.
You think it's your vibe?
I
I don't think you open a conversation with, "Hey, I'm Polly." That's not. You don't do that.
Okay, it might be my vibe. Yeah, I might be giving off. Hey, I'm down to do things.
I mean, regardless, like even if you are, like, you still have to have a clean enough vibe of where people actually want around you.
Yeah.
Like, not just like, hey, yeah, I want, like, I'm trying to do some stuff. Like, you at least still have to be a decent person. Because if you got stale conversation, bro, I'm gonna assume you got stale activity.
Oh dang.
Well, like if I can't talk to you and feel like at least some kind of engaged, like, I'm gonna look at you sideways and be like, all right, have a nice day.
But here's the question: were you invited to such things?
No, I was not.
See,
I have been invited to solos, but I have not been
yeah,
invited. I have not been invited back to.
I didn't get to partake because I was in relationships both times I was asked. If I was not, because that's too many. Exactly. Oh my god.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, I'm about to dive in.
You don't even know.
I asked that one because convention season is going on. And
Yeah.
I've been getting interesting reels on Facebook, which I need to stop using Facebook.
Okay.
But because they were talking about convention seasons coming up and like, what are we gonna do about it? Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, this is a comedy skit, but like this is like good for notes for later. So I'm gonna write this shit down because like it's one of the groups. They all live in the same house, and I'm like, how the fuck do y'all manage all those people? That's too many people.
You know
Two
what?
is enough.
Actually, in some cases, the more people, I almost feel like it's easier. Especially, it's more so easier if it's like a direct web and not just one person being the center.
Yeah.
If it's one person being the center, that's like a lot harder. But if it's like a web of people, say like, I'm gonna give it 4 at the max. 4 people, all relationship, everybody messes around whichever way, can be whatever combination. 3 guys, 1 girl, 2 girls, 2 guys, 3 girls, 1 guy, whichever. Like if it's a case of that, you almost never run into the I'm lacking something because that partner's always there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it might not be the partner that you want, but it's still a partner available to you that can still give you the same quality of care that you were asking for.
Yeah. And then you'll always be able to get back to the partner that you
wanted to go do whatever with. It's like, oh well, we always go out to movies together, so like even if you're busy that day and we had this plan, I can still go do this with this other partner. Or I wanted to go out to this event and I wanted you to come with me. You couldn't come, but this other partner can come with me instead.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. A web is definitely easier than...
Especially when it comes to a house too. Because then everybody's rooms is on a different side. Like obviously, as you see, we don't stay in the same room. It's her room, my room, her other room's on the other side. She even has her own, a bathroom in her room.
Well, look at her.
So she doesn't have to come down here. She doesn't have to even come like remotely down here and risk hearing anything or something like that. So.
I feel like that's very smart that everyone has their own room.
Yeah. When we were looking for a place, I was initially trying to get a house because I was like, I would love to have some place that this dog can just run outside because he's mad too hyper. So I would love for him to just be outside, sit outside, chill outside, like run around, do whatever. And then when it's time to come in, he can come in. Well, we found a place that had the 3 bedrooms because it's like, well, if I'm having a shitty day, you're having a shitty day, she's having a shitty day, everybody can just go to their rooms and kind of just fuck off.
Yeah.
And be by themselves. Like, it wouldn't be like, oh, well, we share a room, so I have to see you, or you made me mad, but I still have to sleep in the same bed as you.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be like that. It can still be like,
Yeah.
we're in this relationship, but we have our own space.
I've been seeing monogamous couples start doing that too.
Yeah. Having a separate bedroom or separate
I feel like it's weird when they do it though.
Not really. I can be quite a toss and turner. So
Society. The Cheeto. I'll just blame the Cheeto.
maybe money.
You blame the Cheeto. Yeah, probably the money. Because you're having to buy. Yeah, I was gonna say you're having to buy enough in order to fill two bedrooms.
Oh God, yeah.
Like,
didn't think about that. All right, I have a question to turn the previous question on its head.
okay.
Puce, you should appreciate this. Is D&D just a front to get poly people together?
Shut the fuck up. You shut your fucking mouth. You're not out here. Quit giving away his secrets.
What? Where do I need to go?
No. I don't know. I wouldn't say yes, but I also definitely, with the track record, would not say no. Not my track record, but this, like, from what I've seen track record, or like
No,
at least who I've
get you.
recognized.
Oh, you know what's hilarious? My brother-in-law plays D&D, and apparently he gets it so much, like shit, because he's in a monogamous relationship. He like I've seen him like rage post about it at least once. That he's like, not everybody who plays D&D is a freak and wants to be in a polyamorous relationship. And I'm
Wait. No. See, he's lying somewhere. Everybody that is in to D&D may not be polyamorous, but absolutely, if you are into D&D, you are a freak. There is no question. It's one or the other. If you're not poly, you're a freak. If you're not a freak, you're poly.
Oh no. Well, I know where I am. Well, I have this whole podcast. Well, we have this whole podcast, so yeah, checks out.
You see my
yeah,
point.
if you were gonna say you're not a freak at this point, I got a sad truth to tell you. How'd you guys figure out you wanted to be in a poly relationship?
Man, that silence is so loud.
Shut the fuck
very
up.
loud.
Shut the fuck up. Because
Well, my relationship started with already knowing that possibility was there, because when me and my husband started talking, it was more of a friendship. You know, we started hanging out and we started being friends first, and you know, he told me about what he wanted as far as a relationship, and I was down to try it. I had never been in that type of situation before. He was giving me that opportunity, I guess, to explore relationships with multiple people. He had already done it, you know, in his past, with past relationship and past people. So he knew, you know, a little bit more about it than I did. And when we started dating, you know, we were just open to allowing anything to happen as far as additional partners. And, you know, the first girl that we started hanging out with, it was just friendly vibes, you know. She would come over, we would smoke and kick it and things like that. And, you know, one thing led to another. And, you know, I had my first experience with a woman. I had never even been with a woman before, but that was something I knew I wanted to try. You know, I would get the butterflies and my chest would pound, you know, around certain women. And I didn't even like really have the opportunity to explore that in my youth. But like once I was with him, you know, my early 20s, I was given that opportunity to try and do and move that way. And you know, I learned that I really enjoyed it, and I was happy to be able to explore that side of myself with him, because my previous relationship before my husband, you know, I asked him, you know, you want to do threesomes, you want to invite people, you know, I was still interested, I was still curious, but he was more on the mindset of, you know, well, if we do threesomes or this and this, you might leave me for that girl. And, you know, it wasn't the type
you might leave me. It's
yeah,
crazy.
exactly. So, you know, I didn't have that opportunity to explore that side of myself. And now that I have it, I'm not gonna let it go, for nothing. If that answers your question
Yeah.
of how I figured out I was poly, it was being able to do it, just trying it. Everybody should. I feel like everybody should try. No.
I don't know about if everybody should try.
Well, how did you learn that you were poly?
All right. I learned because I put myself in really fucked up situations way too many times.
Fucked up situations?
Way too many situationships at the same time. And
Oh.
it's
Doesn't
like,
sound like a good way to figure it out.
yeah, I was like, I took the hard route of fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
And it just got to a point of where I'm like I instead of trying to like just bachelor it out, like I could just embrace it more and be open about it more. Because I felt the more honest I was about it, I won't say the better the results, but like the cleaner all the communication became.
Yeah. Well, how did you realize that it was even a possibility for people to be inviting or open to such a thing?
Inviting was really hard. Inviting was almost never it. But open to it goes back to what I was talking about of being able to like show of like, no, yes, I'm spending time with her, but I'm still thinking about you. I still care about you. I still have the same feelings for you, even when I'm away from you.
Yeah.
The same way I do with you.
Yeah.
So kind of like being able, like seeing that I was able to still express that the same way.
Yeah, allowed you to see you could do it.
I had to fuck around and find out. I took the hard route.
Yeah.
I'm hard headed.
I love that was two very different answers, and I love it.
Oh, I have another one too. Like my husband would tell me that the way that he found out that he was polyamorous was he back when he was in college, he had a girlfriend, and he learned through, you say the hard way, he learned through the hard way of like cheating and figuring out that and learning that once he told his current girlfriend in the past back then, she was like, I don't understand why you didn't, if you had just told me that that's something that you wanted to do, or that you wanted more people, or that you wanted to be in other situations. I mean, they could communicate really well based off what he told me. She told him that she would have been cool with that, and that opened his eyes, that opened his mindset to, oh shit, I could have been honest, and I could have been forthcoming, and I could have did this the right way instead of
could have had two bitches.
Exactly. And so that's what opened his eyes and changed his mindset to, oh, okay, so this is a possibility for me. And from there they were able to have other relationships in which they allowed other women into their relationship, and that's how he learned. So there's so many different ways in which people can figure it out and learn from it. And I feel like cheating isn't the best way, but it is a way in which you could figure out that you want more than one person. And I feel like with polyamory, it's allowed. Instead of you being, seen negatively and instead of you wanting multiple people, and I don't understand why people would rather be monogamous and be out here cheating when they could just be open and honest with everybody they deal with. That's just so much better reality in life, because some people are down. There's so many people in this world that you'll find people that you're attracted to and that are attracted to you that are down to allow you to do what you want to do and live how you want to live. So you just have to, it just takes additional work, it just takes effort, and once you find them people, those are your people. That's how I feel about it.
Oh, that does bring up a question, because you were talking about cheating in a monogamous relationship. Is there cheating in a polyamorous relationship?
Yes.
And B, do you think all cheaters are always cheaters?
No.
So first part of the question, yes, there is still cheating possible in a polyamorous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, for my situation of where being kind of more of a V relationship, if I invalidate that V and say I go off, have a one night stand, and I didn't talk to it previously to either of my partners, that's still cheating.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've told them, they've told me like, hey, if you do anything, they prefer me not, but they're like, if you do anything, like, we got to know, and these are like ground rules behind it.
Yeah, because they keep their safety with that as
Right.
well.
Right. It's their way of feeling secure. It's their way of feeling safe. It's their way of feeling like I'm not just out here doing whatever to do whatever. Like they still have a say because it is their relationship as well. It's not just me. For the
Is that a satisfactory answer, Puce?
Are cheaters always cheaters? I will say no, because in high school I was a cheater. I was an absolute habitual cheater. I didn't know how to keep my dick between my own legs, let alone in my pants. Like, so I will say no. Cheaters are not always cheaters. There are ways that I guess once I kind of got down to a point of where I understood why I was cheating, and then I was like, this doesn't make sense. So why am I doing this? So yes, I believe that you can kind of change your ways. Everybody's different though. Like some people get a thrill out of like quote unquote cheating, even though like they might be in an open relationship and their partner's like, no, I don't want to know, but I do at least want you to tell me when you're going out.
Yeah.
They might still hide like, oh, well, no, I'm just going out with the boys, knowing that they going out to go do whatever with whoever else.
Well, it is time for last call for the uninitiated, so probably everyone, except Hughes, because he works here. Last call is any final questions, thoughts, opinions, or concerns you might have for the topic at hand. I will start. I guess, is there like a step above poly? Is there like another tier?
Can you evolve from monogamy to polygamy to
No.
else?
You go from monogamy to poly. Is there something a past poly?
Can you go Super Saiyan 2?
I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
I don't know. That's like, I don't
It's not legal.
think there is question mark. Yeah, I guess we had like a half-ass powwow before I started talking. Like I guess polygamy might be like maybe a sidestep, like a sidestep branch instead of like an evolution of it, because that requires so much extra work and extra dedication. Where like
Commitment.
Yeah, like beyond of what a regular polyamorous relationship would call for.
All right, Puce, you go last call.
Is polyamory for everyone?
Is it for everyone?
Yeah.
No. But I think everyone should be open to trying if they so choose. But some people, it won't work for them. But they have to learn that. They have to figure that out. They have to do the self-work and be able to determine what they can take and what they can't take, what they will allow and accept from their partners. Some people are too, for lack of a better word, selfish, and they can't allow self-centered. They can't allow that type of connection between who they're with another person. They wouldn't allow that. Like that would be too much for them. But you never know if you don't try. Some people are down for different levels of relationships too. You could have a girlfriend and then your other partner has someone that they see occasionally and you're down for that, but you may not necessarily want that third partner or fourth partner to be involved in your main yeah. So it's really, I think it can be, everyone should try, or if they're down for that, be open. You only live once.
Is it for everyone? Probably not. Should everybody try it? Maybe. Sure. I don't.
You're gonna gatekeep it?
I ain't gonna gatekeep it. I ain't gonna tell people not to try it. But don't go in. But if you try it, don't go into it with the same stigma how everybody has it. Like I was saying, where it's like, oh well, I've just got multiple partners that I can fuck whenever I want to. Like that's not.
It's really not.
Like it's beyond that. Like you still have to make the connections. You still have to build the relationships. You still have to, you still have to get to know these people. You still have to care about these people and the stuff that comes with them. Like
ethical.
She has 2 cats and my other girlfriend has a dog. Like I have to care for the pets. she also has a daughter. I have to care. I might not have to truly care for her daughter, but I at least have to be like, oh, well, she's done well here. She's like succeeded with this. She's gotten better with this, or whichever. Like,
Yeah.
and she does the same. She does the same thing. Like she bought her Christmas presents. She's bought her birthday presents. Like, you're not just taking on the person. You're taking on that person's world as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to accept how they are and how their world is if you wish to go that route.
All right. You have a name. Janea, do you have any final questions, thoughts, concerns, or opinions?
Well, I think, like I said, polyamory is multiple loves, and I feel like that more love is good for the world. This world is already
It's a
the
shitty
way
place.
that
Don't
it
be a shitty
is,
person.
and if you can have more love, you can invite more positivity into it. Why not?
Like I said, it's not for everyone if you go into it with the same stigma that everybody has it. Neither of my current partners plan on really being with anybody else. Like, they understand that I have both of them, but they don't want to go see anybody else. So they're essentially monogamous while I'm poly. So I mean, it's just adds on to kind of the web and different combinations of how people can make the relationship work, or how they can kind of build it to match what makes them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So, what I learned today,
What I learned in boarding school is
you cannot be an insecure bitch. I can say that because I am a mildly insecure bitch.
yes.
And you gotta know how to talk to people. I can say that because I have a podcast and I know how to talk to people.
You talk
Sometimes,
at people,
unless they're
not
like
to people.
attractive. So, with all that being said, Desiree is gonna get us out of here. I'm gonna go have my friends make me food and money because they owe me money, and we're gonna leave. Bye.
Fuck you.
Bye.
See ya.
Thanks, guys. If you like what you heard, search Lusty Lounge on any podcast platform. If you think we did a good job at hosting, you can always buy us a drink on our Ko-fi. And if you want more of the lounge, subscribe to the Patreon for uncut and bonus episodes, like this one.
So we were
Tell me.
playing like the drink or the have you ever drinking game, and everybody decided to see how much they could out each other, and somebody said
Oh.
I've never had anal, and all of my siblings and their significant others put their finger down,
Oh, no.
and I was like,
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
need to know that.
As always, don't let the door hit you on your way out. It's very heavy. Until next time, bye-bye.